Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Red Carpet stream. I am the Fantasy Commissioner. Today we are going to have our 2024 Fantasy Football League meeting. Now, normally when we've done these in the past, we've done recaps of teams. Those I've already done. I've already done all those a little more in depth than normal. So feel free to look at those streams. They're called 2023 AFL Team Recaps, I think is the title, and then there's like 5 parts of those. But as of right now, it's just me. I know we'll have people hopefully showing up here in the next half hour or so. I know in-house today we're gonna unfortunately have a couple people that can't make it. But I've got all the ones that will definitely not be here or unable to stream have already sent me their votes. Now, I've already told some of them if they end up able to watch the stream, then they of course can change their votes if need be, if discussion goes on. Because I think there's some hot topics in this year's vote, some controversial topics possibly. And I think there's going to be some interesting discussion for both sides of whatever that topic may be. There's some, of course, that are pretty cut and dry. But, again, I think I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that draft lottery as well. This is a big year, of course, 5-keeper year. There's only one team that has multiple picks in the lottery, and that's Kyle. And he is sitting with the most. No, he's got the most Easter eggs, and then he has JB's, which is the 4th most. So there is a possibility that he could have the first 2 overall picks in this draft, which would be huge for him, of course. Huge for any team, really. What else we got? You know, I really want to talk. Once people get here, I definitely want to talk about some NFL stuff that's gone on. You know, there's some trades, big trades have gone on. A lot of big free agent signings, especially in that running back department. I think I'm going to use this opportunity right now just to kind of go over some of this vote again. Just give it one more like rehash for everyone. So proposal number 1 is going to be adding a 3rd wild card team. What this would do, this is a simple yes or no vote. What this would do is it would take away the 2nd seed as a bye, and they would play whoever the 7th seed is, and then the only team with a bye would be the 1st seed, and that is uniform with the NFL currently. Second proposal is called defensive player minimum. This is a yes or no vote. What this would do is simply it would make for every team to carry a minimum of 6 individual defensive players. And we'll get more into these topics, of course, when people get here, explain maybe reasons why, a little more in depth, get the discussion going, debate going. Number 3 proposal is the running back maximum. And there's 3 choices on this one. This would make it so a team can only carry a set number of running backs. So choice A is 4, choice B is 5, and choice C would be no maximum, is what it is right now. The number 4 proposal we have this year is to eliminate one starting running back position. This would mean you can only start one running back. There would only be one running back position to start. You could, of course, still start 2 running backs if you put the other one in the flex position. And this would be a yes or no vote. Next up, we have trading delay and negotiations. This would allow for a 24 or 48-hour open negotiations for an agreed-upon trade. Once announced, each team would have an opportunity to negotiate with either party in the trade to possibly better the deal. The choices are 1, yes, with a 24-hour window, 2, yes, with a 48-hour window, or 3, no, leave trading as is. Proposal 6 is called the Draft Day Saver. What this would be is this would change the amount of keepers in a 10 keeper year to 13 and in a 5 keeper year to 8. This would still allow for each owner to keep any 10 or 5 players they want. However, the additional 3 players would be any combination of the following positions: kicker, team defense, and individual defensive player. So this will eliminate 3 rounds out of either draft. So it would take us from, in a 10 keeper year, take us from 13 rounds to 10. And in a 5 keeper year, it would take us from 18 rounds to 15 rounds. I said, there's examples here. You can go 1 of each. You could go 2 individual defensive players and a kicker. You could go 3 individual defensive players. You could go 2 individual defensive players and a team defense. And this is a yes or no vote. Proposal 7 is a flex defensive player. This would add 1 more additional flex individual defensive player to your roster, or to your lineup, I'm sorry. This is simple yes or no. So you would still start 1 defensive lineman, 1 defensive back, and 1 linebacker, and then you would start 2 of any combination. So you could theoretically start 3 linebackers. You could start 3 defensive linemen if you wanted. You could start a linebacker and a defensive back in the flex position, whatever you would choose. So that would give you 5 defensive players starting. Number 8 proposal is called trade deadline. Currently, our trade deadline is set November 18th. That is a flex. That is kind of flexing. This year was November 18th. That all depends on how Yahoo has it set up. So currently, ours would, if it was 18, I don't know if that would be for next year, if it would be like 19 or 17 or whatever, but it would be around that 18 mark, which puts it in, I guess the better way to do it would be, hold on 1 second. So right now we sit in the 4th trade deadline slot. So for example, from 2023, there was no trade deadline. There was November 4th. We do need a trade deadline. Having no trade deadline actually really messes. We did that one year by accident in the basketball league. And what that does is you could literally trade on like all through the playoffs. So that's not ideal. So the options for our 4, 11, 18, you get to know, there's also has on here November 25 and December 2. Those are too late. Those actually start putting you into playoff spots. So those are not. So we're going to go with 4, 11, and 18 as options. So theoretically, it'd be right now we're sitting in the 3rd week. Proposal 9 is Tony's Meat. And this is, of course, Tony smokes pork every year for us. He's done it since, what, 20... I don't know if he did it in 2020. He did it in 2021 for sure. But he's always done the pulled pork. But it was brought up last year, could we do something different? So this year we're actually going to vote on Tony's meat. And so the choices are A, pulled chicken, or B, pulled pork. Number 10 proposal is a new guy award. So last year, of course, we voted to make the league championship. Is called now the Guy Conkey Trophy. And it was brought up, and it was voted, and it was agreed upon that we would do a secondary Guy Conkey award. And these would be more of a, here's the options. So there's the Good Guy Award, which this one would be more or less for the Person of the Year. There is, B option is the Most Improved Team, which is probably the easiest of the 3 that we have as far as choosing, because that would be based off the plus-minus ratio. And option number C is Steal the Draft, which that one, I think we'd have to have discussion to figure out how do you classify Steal the Draft. Either way we do this, I do like, no matter what we do, I'd like to call it the Good Guy Award. So that's proposal 10. Proposal 11 is draft style. This is the style of draft in a 5-keeper year only. So in a 10-keeper year, we'll continue with the straight draft. However, in a 5-keeper year, it's a little different. Most of the teams can be considered even after their 5 keepers. So option A is straight draft as is, as we currently sit, or B is snake draft. Which means it would be just everything just wraps around. So whoever picks last in the first round would pick first in the second round, barring trades, of course. And then we have proposal number 12. This was a late ad. This is called IR spots. Currently, we have 5 IR spots per team. This was raised from 3 back in 2020 due to COVID. So I propose we lower to 3. The NFL carries up to 8 IR spots on a 53-man roster. Our rosters are 23. So there's 3 options. Option A is 3. Option B is 4. And option C is 5, which is what we currently are sitting at right now. Again, for 2020 and 2021, that 5 was key because you had the COVID protocol, and they were allowed to put them, if they were in COVID protocol, they were allowed to put them on IR. I don't even think that's a thing anymore, to be honest with you. I don't recall it at all last year, one COVID issue. So I think going back down to the 3, it could be beneficial, even 4. It helps tighten up those rosters too, because then it makes you have to make more harder decisions on what you keep when they get hurt. So that's it of the big proposals. Proposal 13 is one we always do. It's just if we want to do any scoring changes. So if we'll go around the room and say, does anyone want to look at any of the scoring? Which we can look at whatever. We can look at everything. We can look at nothing. So that's we haven't done any scoring changes or updates, I think, in a couple of seasons. It's been a couple of years since we've done a scoring change for sure. At least anything of any kind of impact. I know that. And then proposal 14 would be open forum. So we'll simply just go around the room. These ideas, if passed, will go in effect in 2025, but and also can be re-examined in the 2025 meeting. But we can also discuss taking these into effect in 2024 as well. I think a lot of that could depend on, of course, how close votes are with that kind of stuff. So these are basically someone comes up with an idea during the draft or during our meeting, and it says, "Hey, I have an idea," and a lot of those are piggybacked off of perhaps votes that take place during our meeting, or just someone just thinks of something and says, "Hey, I have an idea. What do you think of this?" And of course, we will always examine those, look at those, and if someone suggests something, we will always discuss it. So there is possibility, just so you guys know, there is also a possibility of having a few sub votes, and those are going to be more or less based off of proposals. So proposal 3, proposal 4, proposal 7. Those will be the ones that would trigger a sub vote, and that would basically, the sub vote on any of those. We could, I don't think that number 2, defensive minimum, if there's a minimum, I don't think we need to look at the roster sizes. In the number 3 position, in the 3, which is the running back maximum, in the eliminate 1 running back starting position, and in the flex defensive player edition, those ones, I think they warrant looking at rosters. If we want to, let's say we eliminate a running back spot, starting, do we want to go down to 22, or do we want to stay at 23? If we add a flex defensive position, do we want to go to a 24 person roster? So those types of things. I think I just saw our first arrival. I believe I just saw him pull up Tony. I could be wrong in that. I thought I saw his car go by. But yeah, that's all of our proposals in this year. Of course, like I said, we could have additional ones going on. And then, of course, we also have our owner vote, the Hall of Fame ballot. There are 24 names on this year's ballot. They include 2 league champions. So I'll just go down the list, and there's no specific order on this. They're just kind of throwing it here. So nominee 1, Efren Keenan, former league champion. Dennis Byam, he has a division title to his name. Nick Ergang has a division title to his name, also was a former Best of the Rest winner. Efren was a former Best of the Rest winner as well. Patrick Lane, charter member of the league, and he was also a 2015 Best of the Rest winner. Greg Noble was in the championship game this past year. We have Megan. She has 1 division, 1 Hillis Award to her honor. Tony Mize, 2-time league champion. Christina Baldry. She has 1 division, 1 Hillis, and 2-time Best of the Rest winner. John Kirk, he was 2014 Best of the Rest winner, and he was also a runner-up in the finals once. Also a charter member as well was John Kirk. Raymond Bailey, also another former charter member, has 1 Hillis Award and 1 playoff appearance. We have Brady Bailey, current. He just came back in the league. He was a GM for Raymond Bailey for a while. Will Baldry, 2 division titles to his name. Joe Miller, 2 division titles to his name. Ian Rice, Hillis Award winner, Best of Rest runner-up. And I hear we have our first arrivee on the red carpet, and it is, let's confirm this, 2-time league champion Tony Mize, Danny DeVito lookalike, as some have said.
Yes!
And he's coming with Coors and a massive stack of papers.
Massive stack of papers.
You can set them there for now.
Okay. That's all.
There's a chair if you want to pull it up.
Okay. Let me put these in the fridge and I'll be right over there.
All right. Yeah, I've just been sitting here just kind of talking about nothing really. No, I was kind of going over the
insanity that was free agency?
No, I haven't done that yet. I need someone to talk to. I'm not going to sit there and just do that by myself. No, I was just talking about the doing a rehash of the proposals for the draft vote for the league vote.
Interesting vote.
And I was going over some of the Hall of Fame ballot nominees. So let's finish those out. We got Mark Thompson on here, 2-time division winner. He was in 1 finals. He also is a 2-time Hillis Award winner. Jordan Briggs, he's a Best of the Rest winner as well. 1 division title to his name. Donovan Keenan almost made the playoffs 1 year. Sean Biggs was in the league. Ken Marlette made 1 trade. Kyle Sykes, Hillis Award winner, and 1 division title to his name. Christopher Byam, 5-9 in his first year. Liam Nolet, 6-8 in his first season. J.B. Muhlenberg, 5-9 in his first season. And finally, former charter member of the league, Wyatt Briggs. He had the 4th overall pick in our draft, and he took Mike Evans in his first ever draft. So those are our Hall of Fame people, nominees, if you will. In-house, we're going to have, we already have Tony. We're going to have Jimmy will be here. Mark Thompson will be here. Tony, for the first time, is moving up to the big boy seats.
Yes! I don't know if my feet will touch the floor, but I'm going to try.
No, do you need a footstool to get up there? Or?
Yes.
He's actually sitting in the seat that Nick Ritz usually occupies. Nick Ergang will be here. I know he actually told me he's on his way. Mark will be right down to the wire. There's a chair right there if you want to grab it.
Do you mind if I...
No, pass him out. Go ahead. And then we have Liam Nillette. He's on his way right now with his brother. Well, Jimmy's texting me. Jimmy will be closer to 7. But they're coming. They just left Petoskey about an hour ago, I think. So they'll be probably closer to 7 as well. But Richard is Rich's oldest son, and he's going to be here in Rich's name. He's going to be his draft representative. And then also we have Raymond Bailey. He's going to be here, former charter member of the league. Some have said he's an AFL icon, legend. He is going to be Brady and Jordan's representative, and they'll message him, text him. This is it.
That's it? Yeah. Okay. Well,
I had Ian and Greg can't make it.
Okay.
So, unfortunately.
Well, we got extras.
Yep, they both texted me and said they can't make it.
Okay.
And they might send me they're going to try to send me their stuff. Oh, this darn computer is going. Are you serious? Now you want to do a freaking reset or an upgrade?
Postpone.
I guess I don't have to do it right now, do I? I don't.
Is that a new mouse?
No, this is an old one. This is the one you gave me like in 2017.
Oh, before you bought your.
Yeah. It's just easier. I just leave all that stuff hooked up over there. That's why I got to drag this over.
It makes sense. You don't need all that fancy stuff.
So is this my packet, or is this for everyone, or what is?
Oh, there's. Here. I didn't give you one.
Jeez, because there's a warm piece right here.
That's all the graphs, and then everybody has a team roster for trading purposes.
So how you been?
I've been good. I've been good. I'd like to congratulate you on your new position
Oh, yeah.
at work.
Recently, I was promoted to supervisor at Opus Packaging. I am currently the third shift supervisor. However, I will be the last third shift supervisor Opus Packaging at the Caledonia location ever has.
You finished what I started.
Actually, I finished what Mike Demnick started, but
No, I was.
you were lead. I was also the last lead at third shift we'll ever had.
We just finished off.
I'm just the closer. But no, I'll be actually going to first shift once we fully get into our new building. So I don't know why we're talking about that here on the stream. But
I just wanted to congratulate.
I know,
you
and
for
that
it
took into
formally.
a whole.
But anyways, let's get back to football.
So here we're back. Anyways, we're back. So anything you want to talk about, or how you been? Tell us how you enjoying your championship. Do you have a place made out for your next trophy?
I do. It's going right next to the first one and the basketball one. It's got a home sitting right in front of a Chargers helmet.
You know what he doesn't have though? He doesn't have best of rest, of course.
I do not have the best of the rest.
And
but
more importantly,
I've never not made it to the playoffs.
But more importantly, he doesn't have the most coveted award in the league.
You know, my first year in the league...
He doesn't have the Hillis Award.
My first year in the league, that's what I wanted.
That's what everyone wants.
I know.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I'll show you the picture. They have a... So the Football Hall of Fame, I'm not sure if it's just started yet or it's about to start. They're going to have for like a month, they're doing some kind of... like Browns thing. It's called the Legacy Unleashed, and they had like 4 pictures they put up there. I still can't believe that's one of the pictures they chose.
Oh my gosh!
It is
Legacy Unleashed. It's Peyton
you probably
Hillis.
can't see it. It's Peyton Hillis right there.
That's
I mean, of all the Browns, that's one of them they chose. Like the other ones, I know. Jim Brown's one of them. They pick him as a 4th option.
That doesn't.
Legacy Unleashed. Yep.
You
Peyton
gotta
Hillis.
have. Yeah, I'm speechless. I can't say anything. All right.
But yeah, so
No, the championship this year, there were better teams out there than mine. I got extremely lucky. Extremely.
Well, here's the thing. So, that last regular season game, I remember Rich and I were actually texting because he was working the same time I was, and it was during that Monday night game, which I don't remember who was playing. I think the Panthers won. It doesn't matter. Anyways, he was playing Megan, and they both had players in the game. Actually, the Titans were one of them because DeAndre Hopkins had a big catch, which got her to win that game. But at one point, he was winning it pretty late, and there was like just a couple minutes to go in that game. Had he won, because I said to him, like, if you win this, you're both in the playoffs. Like, you and Megan are both in the playoffs, and Tony's out regardless of what happens in his game.
Yep.
And then I hear Raymond Bailey, Representative Raymond Bailey's on his way down. But I mean, that would have been a huge change.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was pure luck.
And there were some other matchups that were very similar. Where was another one? I think Mark almost made it in here. Raymond Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, representative of Jordan Briggs and his son Brady Bailey.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We have so today. So food wise, for those of you who aren't going to be here, I guess you don't really care about the food, but we have a meat and cheese tray for sandwiches. We also have the draft punch. There's baked beans. Raymond and my wife Amy have been making a bean and ham soup.
Ooh.
That's going to be coming down here. Amy is currently making a buffalo chicken dip. What else? There's a little thing of coleslaw. There's a little thing of macaroni salad. What? Leaking? Like bad? Shouldn't be. Oh, it might have been when I would poured it in. Sometimes some splashes out.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. We don't want to get flooded with the draft punch, even though it's not the draft.
What's wrong? That was right next to it when I was pouring it in. Raymond Bailey on cleanup duty. But
We'll see if it's still leaking or not.
yeah, you can pour me a glass if you want. It is non-alcoholic, by the way, folks. Not that anyone cares; it's on stream. But
Tony, you want some?
No, I got
so
it.
here's my question for you. I don't know if what'd you think of? Oh, geez, what proposal is it? Proposal 9, I think.
Which one's that?
Oh, geez, hold on. It is Proposal 9, the one titled Tony's Meat.
That one's impressive.
So that one's actually, I don't know if you
And,
remember, that
you
was
know,
brought up last year about doing the chicken.
And I was going to throw it out there.
Thank you.
Chicken?
We should
Why
add
not?
an option to both.
One or the other.
I can do both. I have 3 smokers. I can do the pork in one and the chicken in the other. We can have 2 birds and
Oh, so there are whole birds that go in?
yeah, you smoke the whole bird.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't sure if you get breast or something. I don't
No.
know. I don't smoke meat. It's your meat.
I know.
So yeah, some of the big moves. As a Chargers fan, I want to start with the Chargers.
Oh my God.
So let's see. So far, he's lost his both starting wide receivers, starting running back. So the offense is led by. You picked up Gus Edwards.
But we kept Joey Bosa, the guy that cost us a playoff game, for spiking his helmet onto the field. Useless. Beep.
Yeah, you got Khalil Mack too.
He's good, but he's getting old.
I guess I gotta go
Okay.
say goodbye to my mom.
All right.
I gotta say bye to my mom, folks. She brought the meat or the sandwich or the tray.
All right, guys. I guess I'm in charge now. This is going to be bad. But yeah, going back to the Chargers, hiring Jim Harbaugh, I don't like the hire. He needs to prove me wrong because I'm not a fan, but I'm hoping he does what Dan Campbell did for the Lions. But yeah, losing Austin Eckler, even though he's old, I'm hoping they draft a Blake Corum or one of these top running backs in this class, even though the draft running backs aren't that great. The Keenan Allen trade was very painful. I love Keenan Allen, and to see him go to the Bears is painful. I'm talking about my beloved
This much
Chargers.
number.
Did you get that?
Mike Williams, I'm not real upset about. He's always hurt, so I don't really. That doesn't bother me. I know Eric's a Mike Williams fan, but he just had injury problems, so goodbye. But in the draft for the Chargers at the 5th pick, I hope Minnesota trades up for a quarterback with the Arizona Cardinals at 4, and the Chargers get Marvin Harrison Jr.
That ain't gonna happen.
That's what I'm hoping for.
They'd have to move up to get him. I can tell you that right now.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be quarterback for the first 3 picks. But anyway, the draft talk is for another day.
Oh, I'm actually excited for this draft. I really do. I actually, if you look at so Caleb Williams pretty much is going first.
Yep.
I don't agree with it. I'm not a fan of him. I hate his attitude.
I don't like Caleb Williams. I think Jalen Daniels is.
Is it Jaden?
It might be Jaden.
Yeah, it's Jaden.
Is it Jaden?
Yeah, Heisman Trophy winner.
I'm just not.
I like the Drake May actually.
That's the quarterback that
Personally, if I would have been Chicago, I would have kept Fields and just taken Harrison first overall. But
yeah.
Where's Fields going?
he's the backup for Pittsburgh right now.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, Pittsburgh brought in Russell Wilson and traded for Justin Fields. So,
But no,
I'm sure Mark is excited about having 2 mediocre quarterbacks.
Steelers are in good position right now. Actually, I really think that it's an upgrade from what they had.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you this: he's Brady's representative right here. Had Brady not had the quarterback situation he had, he would have been a playoff team last year, and he actually would have potentially been a 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah, that's
what killed him.
That's the crazy part about this 2023 season is there were so many teams on the brink of the playoffs. Look, I mean, me and Nick Ritz had the most points scored in the league, and I barely made it in the playoffs, and Nick didn't make it at all in the playoffs, and we scored the most points out of everyone.
I don't know if you watched any of my team recaps or not. I mean, Brady started off. He was like, I think 7-1 to start or something. Yeah.
Brady started out on fire.
But he just got killed by the quarterbacks.
Yep.
He had Pickett, and that was his guy, and he's a Steeler guy through and through. I get it. But I think they're going to be in a better situation now, even with Russell Wilson, aging quarterback, of course. But
if Russell Wilson fails and he showed in Denver that he had his moments, but he's pretty much washed up. They can just transition to Justin Fields, and they draft. Say they draft Xavier Worthy out of Texas, which is a speedster. You got Pickens that's going to get all the contested catch stuff.
right.
That's what he does. That's what he specializes in. And then you got Xavier Worthy just taking the top off. I mean, there you go.
Oh, I don't see him taking him in the first round.
I'm just throwing out his name.
I think they're going to go interior offensive line
Well, right, but
or defense. But I think defense they're sitting okay. I mean,
this wide receiver class is so deep that
that's why I personally, if I was the Chargers, I'm not taking my receiver at 5.
they need it.
I'd go offensive tackle. Take the John Alt. That's what I'd go with if I was them. Or the kid from Penn State.
They need a wide receiver. Quentin Johnson, he could turn into something. And Trey Palmer,
They could still take a wide receiver. They could jump back into the first round if they really wanted to. They could jump back in at the end of the first round and still probably get Worthy or.
I don't want Worthy.
What's the kid out of Texas?
Worthy.
No, there's another one though.
Yeah, there is another one. I can't remember.
I like the kid in the second round. They could take the kid from Georgia, McCaskey.
Oh, Lad McConkey.
Yeah.
I love that name.
I mean, if I was them, honestly, instead don't take receiver, take Bowers. If you really want to, I mean, Bowers is a game changer.
I get that, and having that security blanket for Herbert would be huge, but I don't think Herbert, and I hate Patrick Mahomes, and I hate to say this, I don't think Herbert can feed just a tight end. I think Herbert needs some stuff on the outside. I don't think Herbert can run an offense like Kansas City does, where it just feeds the tight end over and over. Patrick Mahomes doesn't need those outside receivers. I believe Herbert does.
So what do you think of that running back? All the running back moves.
That day one of free agency, I'm sitting at work and my phone's just one after another, and I'm like, "What is going on? Is this turning into the AFL?" Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Tony Pollard to the Tennessee Titans, Henry to the Ravens.
The Barkley to the
Eagles. That's scary. Then you got Singletary, which was good for Houston last year. Went to New York.
I like the Josh Jacobs the most.
Josh Jacobs is going to be massive for the Packers.
And I think they re-signed Dillon.
Yes, they did re-sign Dillon. Aaron Jones went to Minnesota, which is going to be a good upgrade for them. They don't have a quarterback, but
Oh, I think they'll get McCarthy.
Yeah, I think if they can't work out a deal to move up, well, even if they move up, I don't see Drake May being there. I think
Drake May should go second.
I think he should go second, but I think Jaden Daniels will.
I'll put it this way. I'll get it this way. So if May goes second, I could see the Patriots at 3 taking Marvin Harrison, because they can always either trade back into the first and get, because there's still. I like Bo Nix. I like Michael Penix, who I thought should have actually won the Heisman Trophy award. Yep. You never know, someone could drop, because what could also happen in that, well, no, McCarthy wouldn't drop that low because Minnesota needs a quarterback. Denver needs a quarterback, and the Raiders should probably draft one as well.
Right.
But where the Raiders sit, they're probably not taking a quarterback there. They'll probably wait because that's too high for Bo Nix or Penix. And the only reason it's too high for Penix is because of injury history.
Yep.
So I promised 2 new additions to the AFL Fantasy Football family. I know you don't know what the second one is, but have you figured out what the first edition is?
No, I have no idea.
Look down at the table.
Oh.
We have a gavel now, folks.
Oh, good.
Order will be restored in this room.
After the voting, it's going to be a spicy one, I have a feeling.
Figured out who you're voting for for the Hall of Fame? Can't vote for yourself.
Oh, damn.
Here's my question, because he's on there. What are your thoughts of not only a charter member of the league, many have called him an icon of the league and just a legend, Ray Bailey?
He is a legend. The man, the myth, the legend.
Raymond usually gets votes during our Hall of Fame selection.
No, but I have someone in mind.
So. First ever member of the playoffs. He was in the championship playoff his first season. And then he turned the reins over to Brady. But I don't know. I mean, we have 2 former champions, well, former / current. So you and Efren are the only 2 league champions that are still on there. We have several best of the rest winners on there. Several that were part of a final. They're on there. So it's kind of wide open. Trying to think if I was going to look at history. You could kind of say Efren's a favorite just because he's gotten the most votes that hasn't gotten elected so far every year.
He's I mean,
that's something to look at. He won the championship, didn't he?
Yeah, 2020.
Yep. He beat me in the championship in 2020.
So I mean,
with ease.
Yeah. Unlike you, the following year.
How many times have you won it?
Eric,
I've only been in it once. I lost to him.
how many?
I've lost
How many championships? you
0.
got?
He lost. He didn't just lose to me in the finals. He got spanked by me in
Well,
the finals.
good. I'm happy for you.
I
think
made a
it's funny.
point. I made a point. I'm like, I'm going against the commissioner.
Spank,
I
spank,
have to
spank
beat him.
Eddie.
Sorry, Eric.
My wife always says, "How do you run the league and not win it?"
Because you run it honestly.
You know what's sad is there was
Right.
a few times there was, you might remember this one. The year it was Ritz's second championship. That one I would have won.
I came into the league after Ritz won his third.
Yep.
So
It was 3 in a row, wasn't it?
Yep. We had
It's hard to do it.
there's a video presentation after the championship presentation of a few, and I've sent some to the champions, the current / previous champions, of items that they can get that those will not be provided by the league, but like for example, there's a coat, there's a champion's coat, which I thought would be cool to see people walk in and wearing those. There's rings, there's pins you can get for the coat, which I think it was Mark.
Hats.
No, I didn't see any hat. But Mark and I were talking like Ritz would become walking in like he's like a third world dictator.
yeah, 3 in a row.
Momar Ritz.
3 feet.
Well, I've been in the league for 4 years. Been in the finals 3 times.
See that? I mean,
Play, and in the year I wasn't in the finals, I was 4th. Lowest I've ever placed in this league was 4th.
See, you pay more attention to the player. I just like to watch the game.
Yeah.
And I never got into it. You know.
And
the company, awesome. You know, food of course is awesome. But it was just I never spent the time to
Research.
research. Yeah.
I just realized this man. Congratulations on your promotion.
Oh, thank you.
You know he's a plant manager now.
Yeah, I'm currently the production manager over at GLT Packaging.
Oh, so it's not a plant manager; it's a production manager, or is it the same thing?
It's the same thing. It's just that's what they titled it as, but it's plant manager.
More money, more money.
More responsibility.
Yeah, see, yeah, you know, is it worth it? You know, so I'm not saying it's not for you. You know,
Yeah.
the more responsibility, more money. Is it worth it?
Some people
My
can't handle the
boss's job, I
stress.
couldn't do it if I wanted to.
Grant's name was actually dropped this week at work.
Really?
Yeah, from Louis.
Louis.
You remember Louis Scalia?
Yeah.
He was-
Oh yeah, the financial dude.
Yep. He was. He dropped Grant's name this week. He's like, "Is he still work here?" No. He was,
That's weird that he barely knew Grant.
well, no, his name stuck out to him
Oh,
because the way it registered it says because his name is Grant Pell, but the way it trans when he looks at his sheet, it'll say Pell Grant, and that's an actual
Right.
thing.
Yeah, right.
I never thought of that way. I wonder if that's how his parents got his name.
Shoot, I thought he was Knicker
Hey,
Gang.
what's going on, buddy?
How's it going? Oh, that's mine. Thank you.
No problem.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
This is actually something that I'll need for the meeting. What else want to talk about?
I don't know. We were started.
How you doing, Nick? We're doing the red carpet right now, so welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Everybody.
Anything you want to say? Chime in. Glad to be here.
Oh, of course, buddy.
How Eric cheats and still doesn't win the championship.
Always.
Talk about that.
Yeah, big cheater.
Poor, his poor.
You know,
cheater.
if he didn't draft so many Ohio State players,
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. OH. Yeah. Whatever.
the running back that he tried to move up so bad to get this year stayed in school, so he can't have him.
I did. I had like 3 years ago. I had like this whole thing lined up to get. I wanted to draft.
How does the pay work for them guys now? I mean, is it?
I don't
Is it
know. Don't ask
implemented?
me how the NIL stuff. I don't know how that works. It's almost individual basis.
What's that?
How's this state game going?
14-7.
It just started.
Right.
Michigan State.
Michigan State's got a touchdown lead at North Carolina.
Nice.
Yeah,
me a minute.
Take it all.
It
Michigan
took
out
me
of
a
it.
minute too. I'm like, wait a minute, this is
think they're ever
basketball.
in
What are you
it.
talking about?
Wait,
No, they were not. They fired their coach before the tournament even started.
Oh.
Juwan Howard, bye-bye. Actually, I think the women's basketball game is more exciting to watch right now than the men's.
Yeah,
Blasphemy.
that's what I say.
Honestly, that Caitlin Clark, the
Gymnastics.
guard from Iowa,
I-
I'm telling you right now, I think if she went into the
She
NBA
would get
draft,
crushed.
she would get drafted.
And sit on the bench.
She's like the all-time three-point leader in
That's awesome.
college.
In college women's basketball?
No, in college in general.
And then when an old man like Kyrie Irving does a crossover and breaks her ankles, both of them at the same time, she'll be done. And that's a 40-year-old man.
Well, if she
It's not 40.
Look at what she's playing against as well.
somebody would probably draft her.
Yeah.
Just for
Then
publicity.
just to say they did it.
Oh, it would be huge. Oh, yeah.
It would
She'd
probably be like the New Orleans Pelicans just to get publicity, like you said, publicity.
No, the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, that too.
Well, they could probably do better with the.
They could do better with the four of us starting for them.
Well, maybe. Yeah, they win 10 games yet.
I don't know. I know they lost like a bunch in a row.
I
I
haven't.
think I lost track at 25 in a row that they lost.
40 or something last time. Yeah. Well, then they won a couple. I
I should
think.
probably get that. I should probably get all the food out.
Yeah. Do that. Also, you didn't let me know how you wanted me to pay, so I'm paying with Cash App.
I tried to look you up. I couldn't find you.
Sneaky like that. Let's see here.
Yeah, I gotta pull that out too.
All right.
Brady pay you?
No, he's not going to. They're talking the Ohio trip,
Yeah.
Oh,
our Hall of Fame trip this year.
one of these days I'll go again.
Yep. This was the first year, which I took Nick's advice here, and we did a house, and it actually saved us about $50.
Well, you know what? You get a
And
house, everything is there.
I actually get a bed for the first time since like 2018.
Oh, we all get a bed?
Except for
Everyone gets a bed.
Oh.
Bring a portable one with you.
What?
Yeah, I guess that might be.
Portable what?
AC. You know what you do? You get a fan, you blow the fan, okay? And then you get a big bowl of freaking ice and put it in front of it. And it tell you what, it does, I mean, it doesn't last forever, but...
You know what? I'm going to get the food. I'm going to go off stream. I mean, we're kind of just shooting the shit. Well, I'm sorry. It's kind of just...
Because of vulgar language like you.
Exactly.
Kiss your wife with that mouth?
So yeah, 7 o'clock we'll be going live again with the actual stream. So
Happy
yeah.
Hanukkah.
looking forward to seeing everyone on there that will be on there.
Word.